Barbara, come up to the stand and tell us the stories. This is the official version. We've got many interpretations. I think they vary from person to person, state to state. Come on, Barbara.
I'm just going to add exactly that this is only my interpretation, because not about the rosemary. We all know, I think, or most of us, that the rosemary was really the emblem of Sue Ryder's work, and because it's rosemary for remembrance, because originally her work was with forgotten allies in Europe, and before she married Leonard, the emblem was rosemary in memory of all the refugees and the people who were suffered so terribly during the Second World War. That's where she started. And then when they joined together, the rosemary and the red feather were put together. All I can tell you about the red feather, again, this is an interpretation, but it's a true one from where I am. I worked in India for Ryder-Cheshire homes, you see. And though I lived at Raphael during that 4 years, I went up and down around India and here and there. But there's no doubt that the red feather, as far as I know, someone both in Calcutta and also in Singapore had a red feather ball. I can't remember which city did it first, but certainly the idea went from one to the other. And I think it might have started in Singapore because Leonard's cousin was there, and I have a feeling red feathers came from somewhere miles behind, which I don't know about. But they certainly had a big red feather ball in Singapore, called, the Red Feather Ryder-Cheshire Ball, or Red Feather Cheshire Homes Ball, I think. And the red feather was used as an emblem on a lot of the leaflets in Singapore, and I remember that also happening in Calcutta. So whether it eventually came from England, I don't know either. I always get worried because I ramble on a bit. Well, when I did get to Raphael in 1961, I had never met Cheshire, but I'd just written and said I'd like to come to India. He said, "Of course, Miss Coleman, I'd love you to come, and I'll be there in April." And so over I went with my luggage. He met me at Raphael with the other people that were all clustered about, and he said, "I have to go back to London tomorrow, Miss Coleman." And I said, "Well, all right, well, what is it you want me to do?" And he said, "I have 9 homes here in India. I have a trouble to get around to visit them all." And he said, "It's the only country in the world outside the UK that I have so many homes. So what I'd like you to do is just keep an eye on how they're going and see that they're running within the philosophy of what I wish. And that also the Indian people are fantastic, but we need to coordinate. And I'd like you to try to pull the committees around the country together so that they're thinking more towards what we're trying to do." So I said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Group Captain, I couldn't possibly do that." And he said, "Miss Coleman," looking puzzled, "Miss Coleman," he said, "just put your foot on the first rung of the ladder and look up." I said, "All right." And I didn't see him for 2 more years. He said, "Goodbye, Miss Coleman." So I still live to tell the tale.